Stoicism has given us profound wisdom that stood the test of time. These aren't just abstract ideas. They're actionable, enduring lessons forged by philosophers, leaders, and even emperors. What's fascinating is how compact these lessons often are, small mantras that carry immense power. Think about it. Advice from a Roman emperor, a freed slave, or a philosopher surviving through trials that would crush most of us. These sayings have survived for centuries because they work, and they can work for you too. Today, we're diving into 7 Stoic mantras that, if embraced, can truly change your life. 1. Make haste slowly. Does this phrase feel like a paradox? That's what makes it brilliant. Make haste slowly reminds us to balance urgency with deliberate, thoughtful action. Emperor Augustus lived by this motto. His success wasn't built on impulsive decisions, but on careful, disciplined planning. Have you ever rushed into something, only to realize later that your haste cost you more time? Maybe you sent off an email in frustration, or jumped into a project without a clear strategy. Haste can backfire. This mantra teaches that slow, steady effort often leads to faster, more sustainable progress. Even in high-stakes scenarios like the military, this wisdom applies. Slow is smooth, and smooth is fast, is a modern echo of this idea. The goal isn't to delay action, but to ensure that when you act, you do so with precision and confidence. So the next time you're tempted to rush, pause. Ask yourself, is this haste helping or hurting? 2. Strong mind, strong body. What comes to mind when you think of a philosopher? Maybe an intellectual in a quiet study. But the Stoics weren't just thinkers, they were doers. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, was a general and a trained athlete. Socrates walked miles daily, and Seneca tested his endurance with cold plunges and minimal living. Now think about yourself. Are you giving as much attention to your physical well-being as your mental growth? The Stoics believe these two are inseparable. A strong body supports a strong mind, and vice versa. Take Theodore Roosevelt, for instance. As a frail, asthmatic boy, he could have let his physical limitations define him. Instead, he decided, I will make my body. And he did, transforming himself into the epitome of resilience. What's one step you can take today to strengthen both your body and mind? Maybe it's a brisk walk while reflecting on a challenge. Or perhaps it's finally starting that workout routine you've been postponing. Remember, treating your body rigorously trains your mind to endure, focus, and thrive. 3. We emerge stronger from struggle. How could this possibly be a good thing? That's a natural reaction to adversity. But the Stoics saw struggle differently. They believed every challenge was an opportunity for growth. Friedrich Nietzsche echoed this sentiment. What does not kill me makes me stronger. Think about the last hard thing you endured. Maybe it was a personal loss, a failed endeavor, or a period of uncertainty. At the time, it felt overwhelming. But now, chances are, you're stronger, wiser, and more capable because of it. Seneca even pitied those who had never faced adversity. Why? Because they didn't know their own strength. Challenges are like a forge. They test and shape you, revealing your resilience. The Stoics didn't suggest we seek out unnecessary hardship, but they did urge us to embrace the trials life inevitably throws our way. How would it change your perspective to view struggle not as an obstacle, but as fuel? The fire of adversity can either consume us or make us brighter. What's your choice? 4. Practice negative visualization. Here's a thought experiment. Picture your worst-case scenario. It's not the most pleasant thing to do, is it? But for the Stoics, this practice, negative visualization, was essential. Why? Because the unexpected blow lands the hardest. When you imagine what could go wrong, you prepare yourself mentally and emotionally. You're not blindsided, you're ready. Let's say you're planning a trip. Seneca would advise you to think about delayed flights, lost luggage, or bad weather. Not to dwell in worry, but to face these possibilities calmly. This practice isn't about pessimism, it's about resilience. Have you ever felt relieved when something you feared didn't happen? That's the power of this exercise. It toughens you up and makes you grateful for what does go right. So the next time you're tempted to only visualize success, pause. What obstacles could arise and how will you handle them? 5. Character is fate. Who you are determines what happens to you. The Stoics believed our character shapes our destiny. Think about it. When someone shows you who they are through actions, values, or decisions, do you believe them? Marcus Aurelius and Seneca both warned against expecting honesty from the dishonest or integrity from the corrupt. Imagine hiring someone whose behavior has raised red flags, hoping they'll change. More often than not, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. The Stoics would say their fate is already determined by their character, and so is yours if you choose to ignore it. Musonius Rufus once gave money to a man obsessed with wealth. Why? Because he believed that giving this man what he desired would accelerate his downfall, revealing the flaws in his character. It's a stark lesson. Our actions expose who we are and our fate follows. Take a moment to reflect. What values guide your decisions? Are you living in alignment with them? Because when your character is solid, so is your fate. 6. Memento Mori. Remember, you will die. This might sound grim, but it's one of Stoicism's most liberating concepts. Memento Mori reminds us that life is finite. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." How much time do we waste procrastinating or holding grudges, assuming we have forever? The truth is, we don't. Seneca compared time to a precious resource we often squander. Every moment that passes belongs to death. Imagine if you approached each day with the awareness that it could be your last. Not in a fearful way, but with clarity and purpose. What would you prioritize? Who would you spend time with? Memento Mori isn't about dwelling on death. It's about living fully. The next time you're tempted to postpone joy, remember, tomorrow isn't guaranteed. Live well today. Amor Fati. Love your fate. Here's a challenge. Can you not only accept what happens to you, but embrace it? Amor Fati means loving your fate, no matter what it brings. Life doesn't always go according to plan. We lose jobs, relationships, and opportunities. It's tempting to resist these moments, but the Stoics taught that everything, even the painful stuff, happens for us, not to us. Imagine viewing setbacks as steps on your unique path. Marcus Aurelius likened this mindset to a fire that turns everything into fuel. What would change if you saw obstacles as opportunities to grow, adapt, and shine? Think of a time something didn't go your way. Did it lead to an unexpected benefit or a lesson you wouldn't trade? That's Amor Fati in action. It's about trusting that life's twists and turns are uniquely suited to you. Final thoughts. These Stoic mantras aren't just relics of the past, they're tools for today. Whether you're navigating a challenging career, relationships, or personal growth, they offer guidance that's timeless and practical. So, which mantra resonates most with you? Is it the patience of make haste slowly? The discipline of strong mind, strong body? Or perhaps the perspective-shifting power of Memento Mori? Whatever it is, try applying just one of these lessons this week. Write it down, reflect on it daily. See how it changes your mindset and actions. Because the wisdom of the Stoics isn't just meant to be read, it's meant to be lived.